Welcome to the Glow Getters podcast. My name is Fahey-Ahrndt, and I'm your host. I teach and inspire leaders to step into their productive selves and find their true potential. I'm a passionate creative and scientist with over 8 years of healthcare leadership experience. At age 25, I stepped into my first management role and didn't find the leadership advice I was looking for. So here I'm giving you the tools to end burnout and enjoy a vibrant career and life. Glad you're here to learn and grow with me. Now, on with the show. So I want to talk about habits. 21 days to make a habit, right? Have you ever heard that? I don't think that it's really the number of days that you need to be doing something for it to become a habit that matters the most. I think it's your commitment to improving continuously every day, figuring out what works for you, and figuring out why it's so important to you that you create this habit. Hey, I'm Kayla from the Leadership Collaborative. I wanted to talk about habits today. I wanted to talk about belief today. And I wanted to welcome you to listening to the podcast, or maybe you're on YouTube, or maybe you're checking it out on Instagram. So I'm doing a 21-day challenge starting on March 8th. I was thinking, what day is that? It's Monday. So I'm starting it on March 8th, and I'm using Jen Sincero's book, Badass Habits, as my guidepost for these 21 days. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking out my window right now. The sun is shining. It's warmer, quote unquote. You know, we're in Minnesota here, so it's like 40s. It's supposed to get high 50 or low 50s this week, and I'm just like so excited about it. But the snow is melting. I can see my grass. I can hear animals out and about. I hear birds. The days are longer. The sun's out longer. It just feels like a time for renewal. When seasons change, it feels like a renewal. And I know as soon as we have our first rainfall, it's definitely going to feel like a fresh start. You know, I always think about like rain as cleansing the earth and kind of setting the stage for a new day. And I'm excited about this feeling because, you know, 2020 obviously has been really rough. And 2021 already feels so much more hopeful with everything that's going on right now. So I thought, you know what? I'm really wanting to get back into my groove. I don't want things to be like they were before the pandemic, just because I think there's been a lot of good self-discovery and a lot of good learnings in 2020. But I would love it if I could get some sense of normalcy in my day back. You know, with anything like your habits and routines, they tend to, you know, rise and fall and ebb and flow and change with what you need. So I'm feeling like, yeah, I want something like a fresh start. So that's why I'm doing this 21-day challenge. So part of this all stemmed from the fact that I wanted to read more personal development books or listen to more personal development books. You know, I've been really good at reading those. And then for a while, you know, I was just tired. You know, I think a symptom from the pandemic was just I'm fatigued from all of it. And I used to habit stack reading with different routines in the morning, and those routines have just changed. And so I sort of got away from reading a little bit. So I decided, okay, I need to get back into this. So I started looking for books and just remaining open. And I was listening to a podcast, and now I'm not even sure which one it was. But Jen Sincero went on there and did a really amazing interview about it. And I was so excited to hear her talk about this new book because she's done the book You Are a Badass, obviously, and I have read You Are a Badass at Making Money and really loved it. She is so funny. She uses humor to get the message across and make it not so, you know, lofty for people. And so I was so excited to hear about this book, Badass Habits. So one of the things she says is that your thoughts become your beliefs become your actions, or your words become your actions, and your actions become your habits, right? And so thinking about habits, it all goes back to this idea of whatever you believe, your thoughts. And as we're going to go through these 21 days, she's going to explain more of this to us, and I'm going to give you the lowdown on the structure of this challenge. But she talks about how belief is something that can get you to where you want to go. So let's say that you have a vision for yourself for where you want to be after these 21 days or in a year or 5 years. In order to get there, it isn't just like, okay, what habits do I need? It's what thoughts do I need to think? What do I need to believe to then take action and form habits and become that person? So really, forming a belief is then stepping into the power of becoming what you want to become, being who you aspire to be in that moment. Asking yourself questions like, if I am the person that I'm trying to be, say I'm them right now, would they do this thing? Would they not do this thing? So let me give you a better example that I shared with my Leadership Collaborative community, because we're going to do this competition, or not competition, but we're trying to make it fun and get people, motivated for it, but a challenge. One example I gave was pretending like, say you want to be an Olympic gold medal swimmer, right? You want to be an Olympics swimmer. If you don't know how to believe or start to be or act like an Olympic swimmer, you could borrow that belief from somebody else who already has that belief, that already is that, already has that identity. So maybe that's Michael Phelps, right? So he's like a million bajillion Olympic medalist, right? So he'd be a good person to think about. Okay, I'm feeling like skipping practice tonight. Okay, but I want to be an Olympic medalist like Michael Phelps. Would Michael Phelps skip practice tonight? And the answer would be no, right? So then you'd say, okay, I know I need to go to practice. I can't skip, because if I'm going to step into the identity of a Michael Phelps, somebody that's Michael Phelps isn't going to skip practice, right? So this is such a cool concept to me, because it's basically not pretending, but it's trying on that new identity and seeing how it fits. Start getting into the mind of whoever you want to become. Maybe your habit is you want to run every day because your ultimate goal is to run a marathon, right? So every day you think about, like, what would a marathon runner do? They would hydrate. They would fuel their body with good food. They would stretch. They would set aside time to run. They would go to sleep early. So it's that mindset that we need to have that's going to help us get to these habits that take us to where we want to go. So this is what excites me the most about forming habits, because it's not just about doing things. It's about the intentionality and the why behind everything that I do. So I talked a little bit about this in my Instagram post the other day, but Jen brought it up in her book too, is exercising your pause muscle. So that doesn't mean like slowing down and pausing on your life. What it means is taking the time to consciously make decisions and make them from a space where you're very intentional and you understand why you're doing things. Like, how often do we go on autopilot with our lives where we're like, shoot, I don't even know why I did that. I don't even know why I did that. Or, oh, that choice, I sort of regret it because it doesn't really align with my goals. When we can practice using our pause muscle and strengthening our pause muscle, we set better boundaries for ourselves. We act with intention. I don't know if you guys have ever taken a yoga class, but I remember one of the first yoga classes I took, they said, okay, now extend your arms intentionally. They said, now lean intentionally, feel your entire body leaning. And I thought, oh, yeah, sometimes I just, I remember trying to move my arms and I just lifted them really quick, and they're like, with intention, like feel your entire arm lifting. That's sort of the same thing as what we're thinking about here, is that we're not just doing things to get things done. We are being really intentional about the reasons why we're doing these things. So that's why I love habits. That's why I want to get back into this groove. That's why this fresh springtime has me excited to try something new. So here's how the challenge is going to work. Starting March 8th, I'm going to post on my Instagram stories and my feed different topics every single day. And they're guided by Jen Sincero's book. She has a topic every day for 21 days, and this will end on March 28th. And I will have call to actions in my stories or on my feed that you can answer and comment and engage with. So if you engage and comment, like, and save those photos from my feed throughout the 21 days, you will get a prize. So I'm still working on what a prize should be. So if you guys have ideas about what you would like, maybe it's a copy of that book, let me know and send me a message on Instagram at Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt so I can, get some prize ideas in mind. The post that I put up on Friday, March 5th, has a question about what prizes we should do and announces this competition more in depth as well. I am so excited to see what everybody's habits are, what they're wanting to do. I'm not sure exactly what mine is going to be yet. And this can be a habit you want to create and cultivate. It can be a habit you want to strengthen, or it can be something you're just like, I need to stop this really, really bad habit, right? So it can be customizable to wherever you are in your life. So from now until March 8th, I want you to think about what kind of habits do you want to focus on or have or get rid of over the next 21 days, and make a commitment to joining me on the 8th. Check out my Instagram at Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt and watch for those posts, engage with them, do the call to actions. And I am so excited to see where we're all at after these 21 days. And remember, guys, this is not about going 180%, making a shift 180 degrees and just being totally opposite from where you are right now on the first day of the challenge. It's about getting there slowly and steadily over the 21 days. So you don't have to make 100% changes in your life on day one. We're going to slowly and incrementally get you there over the 21 days. So this is going to be easy peasy because we have your back this whole time. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. If you like this podcast, please leave me a good rating or review. And also give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, or like it if you're watching it on Instagram. Take care, and I can't wait to talk to you on the 8th. See you later. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening to the Glow Getters podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, please give me a good rating and review. I would so much appreciate all the good feedback you have for me. If you like this content and you want to get some more of it, maybe even see me and watch some videos, you can check out my YouTube channel. Just search Kayla Fahey-Ahrndt, and you should be able to find my channel, which I call the Leadership Collaborative, which has tons of great information on leadership and tells you a little bit more about my Leadership Collaborative community that is always enrolling at the end of each month. All right, everyone, thanks so much again. I hope you stay well and safe. Be a light. Talk soon. Bye.